What up there, brother JT? Hey man, I had to come back at you, man. As always, I wanted to do a response to you, man, in a video form of video response. Hey man, sometime after viewing this video here of yours, man, I took about maybe 15 to 30 minutes, man, and I just had to sit and just think before I could actually respond. And I just thought about some things over my own life, things that I seemed to could not get over. And I think about all the stuff, man, and the time that I wasted. Most of the time on stuff that didn't even matter. But when you don't know, you just don't know. And as you said, sometimes forgiving your own self can be the hardest thing that the one may find themselves trying to have to do. But nevertheless, man, I thought about a song that came out some years back. And it said that what if God is unhappy with the way we live? And I thought about that and when you were speaking there, and I thought about it. I said, a lot of time, bro, I feel we think sometimes that God is in His majesty and everything, God being all powerful, all knowing. And I feel that sometimes I believe that we think that God is surprised when we mess up. But God is not surprised when we mess up. In fact, God is surprised if we don't mess up. you know, uh, see, this is how come Jesus had to come and do this thing for us, man, because we couldn't get it right. We could live 5 or 6 lifetimes and we still would never get it right. We could never live this life the way we should. So therefore Jesus had to come down, God Himself, God with us, Emmanuel, and come down and do and do what we couldn't do. And I just want to say, man, that it's really inspirational, and I get matter of fact, sometimes just listening to your videos and listening to you expound on the word, and sometime, brother, that's all the motivation that you need, and sometimes that's all you're gonna get. In these days and times that we're living in, people are not really in tune into what's really for real, man, anymore. I mean, if people are more into tune into junk and foolishness, and you know, like you said, you don't want to judge, and that we always talk about it. It's not in the sense of judging. It's just what you say. You know the tree by the fruit. And not in these days and time that we're living in, and I'm gonna hurry on because the time's going pretty fast here. You know, people just don't want to hear the truth, and that their hearts are far from the truth. And but I'm just one man that believe that like I said, God is not surprised when I make a mess. God is not surprised when I mess up. And like you said about David, God, it said David was a man after God's own heart. Said he was the apple of his eye. In other words, even though we both know that David had many faults, and David, matter of fact, David had a man killed because of his wife, and then he went and took the man's wife, and then you know what I'm saying, and had kids, and well, eventually he married and everything. Thing worked out to a degree, but God yet and still now David was God's after a man after God's own heart, but yet and still he judged him, just like you said, and he did judge David, and judge God will do all that sin. God will judge all sin. He got to because he's bound by his word, and he can do anything but lie, and we must we must realize in our day to day walk, and I mean I'm getting more sensitive to it as I live, and as each day will pass by, man, the older I get, the more I'm in tune to know that okay, one day I got to stand before God, and I'm gonna give an account for everything and every idle word that I say. And like I said, we want to make certain, man, that what we are doing, we want to be sure that we are trying to please God to the very best of our ability. And I feel that once we do that, and God knows the heart, He looks at the heart posture. In other words, it's not so much as when I fail, but He look at the heart posture. Sometimes, man, we mean well at what we are doing. We start out and we really mean well, but through circumstances sometimes beyond our control, we falter along the way. And but like I said, God is not surprised because see, He knows that we are limited. But Paul said, "I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me." And so with that word, man, I just said, like I said, I enjoy these videos, man. Sometimes I say I can just go back and forth with you on these, the word. And I wish that we could get many more people involved. But like we both know, man, that when it comes to the word, when it comes to things of substance, most people would rather deal in foolishness. And like I said, I refuse to go that route. If I never get but 2 views, it don't matter with me because I'm not gonna compromise my stand with God and knowing that one day that I got to give an account. So like I said, dog, just keep on doing what you're doing, man, and have a safe holidays, man. Remember the reason for the season, and I know you are. Jesus is the reason for the season. Matter of fact, He's the reason for all the season. So this is Mitty Man, man, saying good. God bless you and peace.